What is up, guys? Goal here, giving my preview of chapter 1060, and what a banger this chapter was. No cover story this chapter, instead we get a full color spread of the Straw Hats. We also see Luffy in his Nika form on the cover of Shonen Jump. But anyways, the chapter starts off with Luffy and the crew finding out about Sabo. Luffy having a hard time believing that Sabo was actually the one who assassinated Cobra. The entire Straw Hat crew is just freaking out, except for Zoro, who is actually being the voice of reason. Luffy's like, we need to go to Alabasta. Zoro's like, they're not in Alabasta. They're in Marie Joy. So Luffy's like, we need to go there. And Zoro's like, you really want to go into enemy territory? And you know, sometimes I wonder, like, is Zoro more fit to be the captain than Luffy? Like, he doesn't have to be a navigator, yeah, so him getting lost isn't an issue. But, you know, he's a good leader. He keeps the Straw Hats in line. Like, if you're saying something stupid, he's gonna let you know you're saying something stupid. And then all the Straw Hats, because he's actually talking some reason, are just making fun of him, but the only one he reacts to is Sanji. Because I guess the only person he hates insulting him is Sanji, which makes sense. Sanji's been doing it forever. He knows how to push his buttons. And then you have Robin telling Luffy about everything that happened while they were in Wano, about the warlords being abolished and Buggy becoming an emperor and making the Cross Guild. Luffy once again can't believe how Buggy's an emperor, but just tells Robin, like, I don't need to know everything. Just if there's something important, just tell me about it. Then it switches over to Marie Joie, and the elders are tracking Sabo's call, and Sabo is talking to Dragon and tells him that he is innocent, but there's also something else he needs to say. He saw someone sitting on the empty throne, and right as he says that, it switches to Im-sama, and it seems like he just crosses off Lelouchia from the map and says this kingdom no longer exists, and then beams of light rain from the sky and totally destroys it. Im-sama got the red eye, he got laser powers, looked like Sasuke's killing. He might be the secret Uchiha from another series. Im Uchiha, the man that Itachi did not get, snuck off to another series to reign supreme. Sabo's connection is completely cut off, and everybody in the queendom is wondering, like, what happened, Sabo? What is going on? But they are met with no answer, and there are serious tidal waves that are happening after the extermination, Buster Call, whatever you would call this. What do you call it? Explosion. There it is. That's what I was looking for. Then it cuts to Luffy and the gang. It seems like they're experiencing some major tidal waves of their own. Got a sea key just flying out of the water. I don't know if that's related to Im destroying the island and the tidal waves just traveled all the way there, or it's the climate that they're in because they're entering a new island, which they said that could be a possibility. And then something I just thought was funny is you got Chopper all excited about the new hat he has, going to shield him from the weather, and then he opens the door, and as soon as he opens that door, he just flies off. Like, he was so excited to show everybody his new hat, but as soon as he opened the door, gone. Luffy then tries to save him by grabbing on, but then as soon as Luffy grabs on, gone. But I got a little ahead of myself. A few panels before that, they run into like this giant tornado of water in front of them, and they see somebody in this giant tornado of water, and Zoro's just like, alright, I'm gonna cut it. Yeah, this light work, I'm gonna cut it. And, you know, I'm gonna cut it and not even hit the person that's in there. And he doesn't. So Zoro cuts this tornado tsunami thing. And then you got Luffy and Chopper flying off, which I think they're rescued. It doesn't really specify. They might still be in the air. But the person that pops out of this giant tornado tsunami thing is Juribani. But she's in her kid form. Does it count as a form? Her Devil Fruit rewinds time. I really wouldn't think that was a form. But I also thought her Devil Fruit can only rewind other people. But she can do that to herself? No, I'm thinking about that one girl's Devil Fruit power in a One Piece movie where she could rewind Nami and Robin back seven years? I think it was 10 years. Trying to get my facts straight here. But anyways, that's where the chapter ends. Now, we already got fans speculating that Juribani is the next Straw Hat. That would be wild. That would be Oda to a T. He does everything in his power for us to not be able to predict anything in this series. Oh yeah, I really didn't mention, but Luffy also told the entire Straw Hat crew his dream. And they all think it's impossible, and he has to become the Pirate King in order to achieve that dream. But like, what can a kid Luffy think of that can be attained only if you become the Pirate King? Unless it's like everybody in the world has their own freedom. No more slaves, nothing like that. Kind of like a Lelouch deal, but Luffy's doing it the good way. But a 7-year-old Luffy coming up with that, it's kind of hard for me to believe that a 7-year-old would have that much moral intelligence. That much to make it their entire dream, their entire purpose in life. But it has to be something really big. Oda has been foreshadowing Luffy's dream. Rogers had the same dream. It's going to be something huge. And that's what is going to be crazy, because a 7-year-old Luffy, whatever this thing is, thought of it. At the age of 7, Luffy thought of something this big. But yeah, that was the chapter. Now, what are my thoughts on this chapter? I think it's kind of hard to dislike the chapters Oda has been dishing out lately. There's such information dumps and foreshadowing and things that we've been waiting for. This chapter, we finally get to see something about Im, a hint of his power, and if that was actually Im's power that he has of a devil fruit, it's pretty broken. Like, to cross off an island and it be destroyed, it's going to be a real test for the Straw Hats if they eventually have to fight him, or even Dragon has to fight him. With just that display, he already proves that he is one of the strongest characters in One Piece. And what happened to Sabo, Oda has been really keeping us on our toes chapter by chapter. And it is very exciting, and I have been loving every minute of it. And I've seen people who might have not been caught up to One Piece, or don't really read or / watch One Piece, and they're like, y'all really saying every chapter lately is a 10 out of 10. They would think we're exaggerating or we're biased, but no, Oda is putting in his best work. He has saved all these answers for the end of the series so he can keep his audience at the edge of their seat every chapter on this final arc. Now, I'm not going to say that every chapter is a 10 out of 10. He's going to just continue to draw that until One Piece ends. There's going to be bad chapters because it's subjective and you can't always hit the mark with every chapter. But I think it's going to be pretty rare that he draws a consistency of bad chapters. As for this chapter, there's a lot to be intrigued by. Like, is Sabo alive? Are we going to see more from Im? Is he finally moving his chess pieces in place? What island is Luffy and them going to? A frozen island? I don't think that's Elbap. That's not Sphinx Island. Like, this might be their very first frozen island, like all frozen. Punk Hazard was half and half. So it's going to be interesting what theme this island's going to take. And I'm really excited to see what kind of theme this island has, because you know Oda, every island has to have a theme. What kind of theme this one's going to have. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Bonnie. People who have their theories that she's going to join the crew. Maybe she's injured. Maybe she needs the Straw Hats' help. Maybe this is going to push forth through another villain. But Luffy is like one of the strongest characters in the verse now, so I don't know who he's going to be able to fight that's going to be that strong, unless it's the big people at play. Is it a little too late to add a new villain in One Piece, given how strong Luffy is? But we shall see in the coming chapters. This has been my review of chapter 1060, and it was a very fun chapter 2 review. I want to know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and give me your theories. What theories do you have of the island they're going to? What if Bonnie's going to join the crew? What Im Sama's planning and stuff? Also, give me your theories of Luffy's dream. That's a very interesting thing that me included, everybody wants to know. But that's all I have to say for this video. This has been Goal. Peace.